Okay, hi. This is just me really talking to myself. I don't know what's going on with this, but just pretend it's fine. This is really me just talking to myself about this because I have been growing and learning, and now that I am 35 and a half exactly, there's just been some changes, right? And so something that I've been thinking about a lot is that like all these rules that I had in my life are like so fake. I made them up. Some of them I did not make up, and some of them I have inherited from other people, but a lot of them are made up. So this week, I impulsively spent a lot of money to go do something that I wanted to do, right? There have been times in the past where this opportunity has come up and I was like, oh, I can't do that. Like I, Tanesha, am not allowed to go do this thing. And like, I don't know, something recently has clicked that like, I'm allowed to do whatever the hell I want. And so in doing that, it has been like this like little minuscule thing. So FYI, I bought tickets to go meet like my celebrity crush. He's not even like my celebrity crush. Like I just adore this man so much. Talked about him on the channel. If you know who it is, you know who it is. We're not gonna get into those details until we go to the event. I bought tickets to this event. I bought like the VIP ticket, the like highest level of ticket you could go. And I had been hemming and hawing, which is like being indecisive. I don't know if everyone knows what hemming and hawing means, but being indecisive about whether or not I was gonna go, whether or not I was gonna buy tickets. And I was like, I'm willing to go by myself to Texas to go to this event. And so for like 2 weeks straight, I knew it was coming up. I knew the ticket sales were coming up, and I was like, okay, like what, like I can't go. I'm not allowed to go. I cannot go. And then I was just like, I can go, and I'm allowed to go, and I'm allowed to make these decisions for myself because I'm the one who has to live with them. I am 30 and a half, and there are like lots of these like little arbitrary rules that are around that like I made up, or better yet, even if I didn't make them up, that I am still following when like I can dictate my own life, which is something like I hadn't thought about before, something that hadn't occurred to me before. It's like there's lots of these like little arbitrary rules, right? Like I'm trying to think of one. Like, oh, like my friend is coming for the weekend. And I was like, oh, he shouldn't come. Like, he's not allowed to do that. And I was like, actually, who said that? Who made that rule that he's not allowed to come here? Who made that rule up? He's allowed to come. My best friends from St. Louis came. Her and her husband came. And I was like, oh, they're like, oh, we're gonna come for the weekend. I was like, oh no, like that will be like too much. You can't do that. But then I was like, oh, actually, you can. Like, there aren't rules, and there are things that I think that growing up in a very structured household, and I would say very strict household, that I am like not unlearning, but just like adapting to. Like recently there have been several instances where like my parents have been against, no shade to my parents, they are great people, they did what they should have done as parents, but there's things that like they were like against, right? Like I wanted to go up to Cleveland a day early. I was gonna drive up from work. My mom was like, I don't think it's a good idea. My grandma was like, I don't think it's a good idea. I'm like, it's 5 hours. I'd be in the streets. I can do that. Like I can drive 5 hours in my sleep. Like I was like, I'm gonna do it. And so there's sort of been this like ripple effect of me doing things, like not defying my parents because like they're not in charge of me, but like just like thinking about what I want and then just going and doing that. So like I went and stayed the night. I drove up to Cleveland, stayed the night, it was fine. Like nothing bad happened. And I think in my brain and with anxiety, like there's been points in my life where I'm like, if I do this thing and don't follow this rule, something bad will happen, when it's just an arbitrary rule. If something bad happens, I am well equipped to handle bad things. I am very good at it. So this is just like a reminder to myself is that 1, all the rules are fake. 2, you are allowed to make decisions for yourself that other people don't agree with, and that's okay. People don't have to agree with what you're gonna do. People, like my friends don't even agree all the time with what I'm gonna do, but they're never like, hey, you can't do that. And I think there's been a big portion of my life where I was like, oh, I can't do this because somebody didn't agree with what I was doing. And I'm kind of like done with that. Like I think it just like clicked recently. I was like, I'm 30 and a half. I can do all these things. Which I think for some people, they've been doing these things all along, but like I've never had to. I was just like, there was just like lots of structure in life because I was in grad school, because I was like really grinding to get through grad school. There's always been the structure, whereas now I just work. There's not as much structure. If I want to blow almost $2 grand to go do something, I'm allowed to do that. And that has been a very freeing lesson for me. And I wanted to share that as I like process it, because over the last week I've been really thinking about it after I did it. And I was so excited about doing it. And then immediately somebody was like, well, do you think that was a good idea? Hell yeah, that's why I did it. And if I think it's a good idea, we're gonna do it. As long as it's not hurting nobody, as long as my bills are paid, as long as there's food on this table, I have a place to live, I can do whatever I want, honestly. And that's where we're at right now. And so I feel really good. I feel really good about learning that. And I've been learning it more and more of like, who are saying that I can't do these things, because I'm allowed to do whatever I want. So anyways, that's just, you know, some yapping as I've been processing and doing things more independently and like not needing other people's approval, I guess, so much, and just realizing that there's lots of these rules in my life that I had been following that have been keeping me safe and relatively safe and secure, but like I want to do things that make me happy. And so if we break a rule or two, it'll be okay and we'll deal with the consequences. And so that's been really cool. That's all I had to say. I just wanted to share that little tidbit as I've been learning it as someone who grew up in a very sheltered, very structured life. So yeah, see you next time. Bye, bye. Oh, drink water, move your body, like, comment, subscribe, go out in the sun, touch some grass. I love you.